In an office where caffeine runs thicker than blood, meet our first character, Bob, the manager who's as hyperactive as a squirrel on a sugar rush. A whirlwind of energy, Bob has the unique ability to turn coffee into sheer chaos. He drinks it like it's the elixir of life, the fuel that ignites his managerial prowess. Bob's personality is as strong as the espresso shots he downs, and his conversations, well, they're as fast-paced as his caffeine-induced heartbeat. Now, Bob's trying to rally the troops, his rapid-fire instructions ricocheting around the room like a pinball on a caffeine buzz. His employees, caught in the crossfire, are trying to decode his caffeinated language. It's like a game of Chinese whispers, but with more espresso. And amidst all this caffeinated confusion, Bob, with his eyes twitching from his caffeine high, declares, "Meeting in 5 minutes, people. And remember, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late." Enter Susan, the office accountant, who possesses the uncanny ability to speak volumes without uttering a single word. Susan, a woman of few words, is a maestro of silent communication. Her charades are as elaborate as they are enigmatic, and her colleagues have honed their skills to become fluent in this silent language. Now, picture a chaotic office, papers flying, people scurrying, and at the centre of it all, Susan trying to mime to Bob, the office coffee addict, that the caffeine expenses have gone through the roof. She waves her hands in the air, mimicking a rising balloon. Then she points at the coffee machine, then to a pile of imaginary coins, and finally makes an exploding gesture. Bob, however, is as skilled in misunderstanding as Susan is in silent communication. He squints at Susan, scratching his head as he tries to decipher her message. Is she talking about a new hot air balloon business venture, an invisible treasure map, a mime explosion? After several attempts at understanding, Bob throws his arms up in the air. A light bulb moment, he's got it. Or so he thinks. He grins from ear to ear, gives Susan a thumbs up, and in a voice filled with misplaced excitement, he exclaims, "Great work, Susan! More coffee machines it is!" And so, the saga of the silent accountant and the over-caffeinated office continues. Susan, the silent accountant, left speechless once again. Meet Tim, the intern, who's just trying to survive his summer in this caffeine-fueled circus. Poor Tim, he's like a mouse in a cat convention. No matter how hard he tries to blend into the background, he somehow becomes the epicenter of every office calamity. Take, for instance, last Tuesday, when he accidentally set the photocopier to ultra-fast mode, turning the office into a blizzard of paper. Or the time he tried to fix the office's temperamental Wi-Fi and ended up sending the company's stock prices into a brief freefall. And then there's today. Just when he thought he was in the clear, the coffee machine decided to have a mind of its own, spewing hot coffee like a fire hydrant, with Tim at ground zero. As coffee drips from his hair and his now soggy tie, Tim sighs, "I knew I should have taken that job at the decaf tea company." As the day winds down, our office characters find themselves in one final absurd situation. The once serene office has transformed into a battlefield, with the coffee machine that Bob, in his infinite wisdom, ordered, spewing out an endless stream of caffeine. It's a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy routine, with Bob blissfully unaware of the chaos he's instigated. Meanwhile, Susan, the silent accountant, is trying to signal warnings to the office crew. But, alas, her pantomime skills are as effective as a mime in a hurricane. She's frantically waving her arms, pointing at the coffee machine, then to the sky, then back at the machine. It's like a game of charades on fast forward, with no one guessing the right answer. Amidst this chaos, we have Tim, the unfortunate intern. He's trying, bless his heart, to clean up the mess. Armed with a mop that's seen better days and an unyielding determination, he's attempting to navigate the caffeinated catastrophe. But every time he mops up one puddle, another appears. It's a Sisyphean task, one that has him slipping, sliding and pratfalling to comedic effect. As the office descends into caffeinated chaos, Bob, with a gleam in his eyes, exclaims, "Best meeting ever. Same time tomorrow, folks." Meanwhile, Tim, now a coffee ground covered artwork, mutters under his breath, "I really need to update my resume."